So welcome to Shelli B Inside the Scene. Today I've got D&B producer Conrad Subs with me. He's recently had releases on Programme, Dread, Deep in the Jungle, Lion Dub International, to name a few, and has had his debut 14-track album Tides dropped this August on Music. Wow, welcome to Funky Essex.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So I'm actually here in Ipswich today. Are you actually, I know you live in Ipswich, did you grow up in Ipswich?
I did, yeah. Born and bred, I've been here all my life.
Cool. So what was the D&B scene like in Ipswich when you were growing up? Was there a scene, and was there any influences for you there?
Yeah. There's always been a scene here, and definitely growing up there's been a few like key players, not just in the Ipswich scene but like in drum and bass in general. So Digital and Spirit are the obvious ones, and Photech from Ipswich.
Yeah, cool.
And you just get influenced by hearing them, and you can't avoid it really.
No. What era do you think has sort of influenced your music? Era of drum and bass jungle, do you think?
There's probably a few. I mean, when I was young, listening to the music, I'd say like the 97, 98 era, when things started getting dark and a bit techie, and you still had like all the break beats from jungle and that, but things were switching, like Mampy Swift the One, that kind of era. That was when I was proper getting head down.
I won't ask your age, but I think we must be in similar beats, because I'm
no spring chicken.
They're my sort of earliest memories as well. The one Mampy Swift.
Yeah.
I'd say you've been pretty well known in the scene as an established producer for about 2 to 3 years now. But I know you've obviously been producing a lot longer than that. Where did it all start, and how did you get to where you are now?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been producing for probably nearly 20 years, or maybe longer than that. I think I started messing about with it when I was about 16, 17, just on like Music 2000. I don't know if you can remember that, which was like a PlayStation game, really. But
really,
yeah.
There'd be some techie music out there going, I know that.
But so I was producing for years, and I did like a music technology course in Norwich when I was younger. And
did you?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask you, did you do any like physical training? Because most people these days, there's so much like.
It's easier now because everything's on YouTube.
There is, isn't there? But you actually did a course.
Yeah, I did a course, and that's how I really got into producing. And I did it for a few years, but I never really put the effort in, or I was just sort of messing about, to be honest. And then,
would you say that was beneficial to you, though, that course?
Yeah, 100%. Probably one of the best things I've ever done.
Would you recommend it to like any sort of up and coming producers?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
put themselves out there and do a course.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get the opportunity to do something like that, do it. But the best thing I got out of it was just meeting like-minded people, and bouncing off, a bit of networking, and made some lifelong friends there, and it was great. But so I did that, and then once I had like kids and family life took over, I sort of stopped for a while.
Had a little break.
Yeah, I had a little break, and I didn't think I was going to come back. I thought, I've had me fun, but I'll just be a fan of the music and have a listen. But I couldn't leave it alone.
We are so glad you did.
So then I came back and started again.
Wicked. Kind of leads me on to my next question. So you've had numerous releases on too many labels and too many releases. I couldn't even tell you, this man produces. He's like a music making machine, and it's all great quality. A lot of the Funky Essex regular listeners will know that I play a lot of Conrad Subs music. So you're known in the scene as quite a generous producer. If anyone wants to go over to Conrad's SoundCloud page, you're sure to find quite a lot of free downloads on there.
Yeah.
But you've also had so many tracks being released, and you've obviously had your album that we're going to talk more about in a minute. What is your process for making music? How do you know when to stop tinkering with a tune? You make so much quality music, that is one of your biggest skills. Yeah,
I mean, it can be hard to know when a track's done, because the temptation is, probably for any art, any form of art, is you just keep tinkering and you never think it's done. But so you have to know when to draw the line and say, right, this one's finished. And I get bored easily, so I like to get the track done and dusted. Obviously, then you'll go back and maybe if something's not right or it's really bothering you, go and change a few bits. But I like to get my ideas down quick so I don't get bored of them, and then finish the track, give it a few listens here and there and play it where I can, and then once you know what you want to change, go back, change it, and then say you're done. Unless you send it to a label and they say, can you change this and that? Okay.
Which is kind of, I suppose, a bit different if you're working with a label.
But sometimes it's hard if you're just listening to it yourself. You don't know, you can get lost because you're hearing the same thing a million times.
Yeah, definitely.
It's hard to judge, so it's always good to bounce it off to other people and get other opinions, you know.
So are you exclusive to any labels?
No, I'm not exclusive. I have had offers to be exclusive a couple of times in the last couple of years, but for now I'm just I just enjoy making music. And
you don't want to be sort of too tied down.
I don't. I'm trying to narrow the amount of labels I release with going forward a bit, because it got a bit crazy this year. Release wise, so it's hard for me to manage and probably for other people to keep up. But no, at the moment there's no exclusivity to speak of.
You've had a lot of singles out. You've released your debut album this summer. There was actually 14 tracks on there, and that was with label Music. So did you choose them, or did they contact you? How did that relationship come about?
Well, I'd already had a couple of EPs with Music, and I was always sending Dylan tracks anyway, but I started sending him a few that weren't the usual thing that he'd put out on an EP, a bit less dance floor maybe, and a bit of a different style. Because
I think this album's definitely got a more varied sort of amount of sort of sounds that we're sort of used to. Do you think that's important to have in an album, like to have it as it's a journey or tells a story, for example? Yeah,
definitely. I think on an album you've got more room to do something different, haven't you? I mean, a 4-track EP, basically a lot of labels just want 4 killers, you know. But on an album, there's more room. You can have some tracks that let things breathe a bit and bring it down, and then almost like a DJ set, you know, where you take it up of energy and bring it down a bit. And so,
and I suppose with an album with like 14 tracks, it's like it's more of a listening. You're not just buying it as like maybe a DJ, for example, to download the tunes. You'd actually put it in your car, listen to it. Or
I mean that was the idea with that album as well, like how it started with. It wasn't all going to be dance floor, so tried to get a bit of everything in there. There's a bit of dance floor, some liquid, a bit more laid back stuff, some really hard stuff, some old school sounds, some new school sounds. Trying to bring about everything that I love about drum and bass into one record. Really.
Wicked. So, have you dabbled outside of D&B jungle at all, or are you strictly?
Well, in the past, I made some hip hop beats for some MCs, and I tried my hand at a few things, but the last couple of years it's just been 100% drum and bass because that's just what fuels me.
You like to be in our scene, don't go anywhere else.
Sometimes I think, maybe I'll sit down and start making something else, but then I end up bringing the tempo up. So.
Before you know it, you've got drum and bass track. What about collabing? Do you like collabing on tracks? Have you got any interesting sort of collabs in the pipeline, or is there anyone that you would really love to collab with?
Well, yeah, I mean, I do enjoy collabing. I've got loads on the go, and I've done a lot as well. But I'm starting to work with some vocalists now as well, which is good. It's like a new thing for me, really, because. But I've got loads of collabs in the pipeline. As for someone I'd like to collab with, probably, I don't know, Dillinger or someone. That would be good.
Dillinger, if you're listening.
Come on.
Contact Conrad.
Get in touch, mate.
So you was nominated for Best Breakthrough Producer at the We Love Jungle Awards, so well done for that.
Yeah, thanks.
Are awards important to you?
Well, I mean, like that as an example was just totally out of the blue. Like getting nominated by people. It was just, I couldn't believe it really, and it's important just as a recognition thing, you know, that people actually feeling what you're doing, because
definitely the hard work you put in.
It just makes it all feel worthwhile. So I was well chuffed with that nomination.
Moving on to Patreons, I know you've got one. How does that work? Who is it sort of aimed at? Yeah,
so the Patreon is this website where people can subscribe to an artist.
Right.
So pay like a monthly amount, and on mine there's like 2 tiers. So one's £5 a month, one's £8 a month, and in return you get exclusive content which I'm not putting anywhere else.
Right, okay.
So on mine I'm putting every month I'm putting 4 exclusive tracks which will never be available anywhere else.
Right.
And an exclusive VIP or remix, again, which it's not going to come out anywhere else, and then a sample pack.
Right.
And I give feedback on people's tunes if they send them to me. So
cool, that's really good. So if anyone's interested in that, I think you can find a link on your link tree through Instagram.
Yes, it's all on my Instagram. I share it everywhere.
Cool. So obviously we've been in lockdown. You've produced so many tracks, many. Are you looking forward to playing out after lockdown, or are you more of a studio man?
I am a studio man, but I am begging to get back out and DJ.
Right, you're going to come to Essex and...
I'd love to, yeah. It's been a long year just of live streams and and whatnot, but yeah, I can't wait to get out again and start playing, definitely.
Nice. What would your ultimate booking be? What would that look like?
Oh my god,
nightclub or festival?
Oh, probably a festival.
Yeah.
Glastonbury would be good, you know.
Yeah, as the sun's coming up.
Yeah.
Sorry, going down.
Yeah, going down. Yeah, that would be.
Either way.
Either way, yeah, that would be great. Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. Okay, so what's your plans for the future?
Well, I've got coming up to see out this year. There's the Demolition Man Fire remix EP coming out, so I've done a remix of that.
When's that out?
That's out on I think it's on the 12th or the 11th of December, so in a few days. And then I've got another EP on Helix dropping on Christmas Eve. It's a 6-track EP.
Nice. Nice little Christmas present
there. Yeah, that'll be dropping down your chimneys on Christmas Eve. And then and then I've got, starting next year, I've got a few EPs lined up, more stuff with Deep in the Jungle lined up. I'm just keep going and see what happens.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you're ever swinging by Essex, please let me know.
I will.
Do a guest mix on my Funky Essex show.
Yeah, I'd love to.
So I'd like to finish off there. I just want to say a massive thank you for your interview today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been great.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Nice one.
Funky Essex.